What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be new show alert. This is going to be your review for Legendary Season 1, Episode 1. Now, this is on HBO Max, and you can only get it on HBO Max. And let me tell you that HBO is not trying to let me be great because I had to do a whole lot to get to this show. You, you can't download it as an app on your Fire Stick unless you have alternative means. If y'all know what I'm saying, read between the lines. But it is on HBO Max, so this is a ballroom competition show. So it's a competition show like American Idol or anything else, but it's about ballrooms. And of course, ballroom has become very popular. The whole culture has become very popular with the popularity of the show Pose. So this is giving you even more in-depth look into what ballroom looks like, especially in 2019, 2020 versus, Pose, which is set in the 1980s going into the 1990s. So this that you have 8 houses. They're going to be doing 9 balls, and the grand prize is going to be $100,000. So the way this works is they they come out. Oh, let me just start from the beginning. Okay. So the first ball is the legendary ball, and this is basically an introduction where no one is going to be chopped, which is basically eliminated in this first week because they want everybody to have the opportunity to introduce themselves. So we're going to get a chance to see all 8 houses, and they give us a little something, something. Now our judges are Megan Thee Stallion, La Roche, the stylist, La Roche. Hope I said that right.
Law Roche.
La Roche.
Law, like the first name is Law.
That's what I just said.
You said Law.
La Roche. Is that just my accent?
Maybe it's your accent.
I think it's my accent. Anyway, Niecy, y'all know how she doing. But she gonna correct me because her undergraduate degree is in fashion merchandising, so she gonna correct me. Okay. Naomi Maldonado, she is a legend in ballroom, and then Jamila Jamil, who is an actress, and then the MC is Deshaun Wesley, who is also legendary in the ballroom scene. Now I feel like Jamila, and I would have to do my research on this, but I feel like Jamila Jamil may have something to do with the show because she seems to sort of take control. I mean, like, she takes the lead. Control isn't the word. She sort of takes the lead when it comes to the judges or what have you. So anyway, the first house we see is the house of Escada. Now here's the thing. It's always hard to go first. And I feel like the house of Escada, they got one of the most harsh critiques, but they went first. I thought they were pretty good. They had, they came out, they had their black with the feathers and this whole red hue. They're supposed to be telling a story, again, introducing who they are to us. Now, one of the critiques was that they were too choreographed and they wanted more freestyle. La Rouge said he was bored. But as the rest of the houses came out, I feel like everybody was choreographed. I didn't see a lot of freestyle unless it's... And one thing that the judges said was that they wanted to look choreographed. They wanted to be freestyle but look choreographed. So maybe... Anyway. So for me, I enjoyed their performance. What have you. Then we had the House of Ebony. Ebony is a legendary house, of course, named after Ebony magazine. But what's interesting is that their house mother is white. Okay? They came out, they performed, I didn't enjoy their performance as much as I did the first house, but it was okay. Then we had the House of Ninja. They're named after the legendary Willie Ninja, who is like a pioneer of voguing. You go back to the 1980s, he was like the godfather of Vogue. And this is a house of all women, and they are international. There are women from Asia, women from Germany, obviously, the United States. So they definitely are different because they're the only house that's all women. And so they did well. They did well. I did enjoy them. Then we had Gucci. They're the house of, the house of Gucci. Their house father is Jarrell. I felt like their performance did the best job of telling a story. They had the whole, I believe it's the right house I'm thinking of, child. It was so many houses in the beginning. But they had this whole Marilyn Monroe, Diamonds, the girl best friend kind of vibe going. So I thought they did a pretty good job with that. Then we had the House of West. They call themselves the rebels. You know, they identify as the rebels, and they go against the grain of what's expected as far as ballroom is considered. Then we had the House of Leron, who's obviously a legendary house going all the way back to Paris is Burning. Um, I I think their mother is gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. Their performance for me was very lackluster, and the judges actually agreed. The judges were not very impressed with their performance. Neither was I. I thought she was gorgeous, but their performance overall didn't really do nothing for me. The House of Lavin, I think is, you know, Erica is their house mother. I think Erica is gorgeous, and they actually their story was very heartbreaking when their members were telling the story. They talked about suicide and, you know, just how hard life was, you know, being bullied and things of that nature. Very heartbreaking story to see. Um, they were actually my favorite performance of the night. They did it for me. They had this whole red leather thing working. Bitch, they did it for me. Their performance just, that was my favorite of the night. Then we had the House of Balmain instead of Balmain. Balmain. Pronounce it. She's not listening to me now.
Yeah, the way they said it, it's like, it's fine.
I know the way they said it. I'm asking you the way it's the correct pronunciation.
Balmain.
Balmain. But they're saying Maine. And LaRouche asked them, why are you saying Maine? They said, because we're the main attraction. So they are purposely mispronouncing it, but they're doing a play off of the actual designer. Okay, so they're doing it on purpose. All right. I wanted to say that because I didn't want y'all to be like, oh, you saying it wrong. Well, they saying it wrong. Anyway. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow. They actually have a drag queen that's a part of their house. And again, there's a difference between, contrary to popular belief, there's a difference between someone who identifies as a drag queen versus someone who identifies as transgender. And so that's the reason why I'm bringing that up, because there is a difference. The drag queen's name is Calypso. His name is Jamon. He's the father. And again, he told the story of his father being murdered when he was 6, and how, you know, at the age of 7, he sort of had to take over. And while he's telling the story of what happened to him, one of his children actually is breaking down, like having a whole moment. And what we find out is his mother died of cancer. And I'm going to assume it was pretty recent. And he said that was the first time he really cried like that over his, you know, over the passing of his mom. Hearing the story kind of took him there. But he said that when his mother passed away, they found a note. His mother wrote a note to his house father, basically saying, "I'm at peace leaving because I know that my son has somebody that's going to take care of him in my absence." And so it was a whole moment. I really felt it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh." So the way, like I said, for this particular week, no one is going to be eliminated. However, they're still gonna name a superior house, and what happens is the trophy is going to travel from house to house every week. Whoever wins gets to take the trophy home, and then after this week, they're gonna be, you know, there'll be a top, and then there's gonna be somebody that's gonna get chopped to be eliminated until we get to the end. So it came down to the House of Ninja and the House of Lavin. I hope I'm saying that right, Lavin. But ultimately, the House of Ninja won. Now, I think the House of Lavin should have won. It might not have came down to the two of them. In my mind, maybe it came down to the two of them. But either way, I thought the House of Lavin won. Like I told y'all, that was my favorite performance of the night. They really did it for me. And even the judges just, they were like, so I don't know how Ninja won, because I really thought they had it in the bag. But anyway, so that's the first episode. I'm definitely here for it. It looks like they're going to be dropping 2 episodes a week, I guess, because they did the first 2 yesterday. Again, I'm still new to this whole HBO Max thing, but I think that's how it is. But either way, whenever they drop, I'll be back, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.